welcome to the weekend edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. The Weather Office has forecast heavy showers across southern Tamil Nadu on Saturday and Sunday. The forecast also said rainfall will continue for 4 days in the region. An advisory issued for fishermen urged them to avoid fishing, as the sea is expected to be rough, along with strong winds. It also said those already at sea should return to the shore immediately. In southern Tamil Nadu, Kanyakumari and Tuticorin have long coastlines, and these districts are likely to be affected the most. The rain forecast comes after Cyclone Michaung ravaged the north of the state earlier this month. Ration shops in Chennai and 3 nearby districts affected by Cyclone Michaung will issue aid tokens to subscribers on Sunday. Those who qualify for the aid will receive Rs 6,000 in cash handouts from the state's Cyclone Relief Fund. The storm, which ravaged Chennai and 3 surrounding districts earlier this month, caused widespread damage to property and killed 22 people. The government has announced different levels of compensation depending on the extent of the loss. In the aftermath of the storm, the state government faced intense criticism for its poor preparedness and inefficient handling of rescue and restoration work. The federal authorities have announced Rs 1,000 crores in initial assistance to help the state recover from the devastation caused by the cyclone. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has expressed confidence that the opposition India alliance will secure the votes of the people opposed to the BJP in the general election next year. In his comments to a newspaper, he said, "The defeat of the Congress party in 3 state elections in November will not reflect on the outcome of the parliamentary election. Stalin's DMK is part of the India alliance, which hopes to unseat the BJP in the polls." The chief minister said his government will release details of how state funds were used in flood control measures. He also blamed the previous AIA-DMK government for doing nothing when it ruled the state from 2011 to 2021. The founder of the IJK party, Dr. Parivender, who represents Perambalur constituency in parliament, inaugurated new buildings in the area. The buildings at 10 locations included education facilities for children in the villages and a drinking water storage facility, built at a total cost of 93 lakh rupees. The lawmaker also inaugurated construction of a bus stop to be built at a cost of 10 lakh rupees and a building to house a subsidized food grain outlet to come up at a cost of 9 lakh rupees in his constituency. Perambalur constituency in Tamil Nadu is a 6-hour drive from the state capital Chennai. India paid tributes to its troops on Vijay Diwas Day, which commemorates the country's victory in the 1971 war with Pakistan, which resulted in the creation of Bangladesh. President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid their respects at the War Memorial in Delhi. On December 16th, the nation remembers the courage and sacrifices made by the Indian soldiers as it marks the historic event. Parades, wreath-laying ceremonies, and various events are organized across India, particularly in Delhi and Kolkata, to commemorate the significance of this day in the country's military and political history. The war, which lasted 13 days, also triggered a flood of refugees who fled to India, causing a big humanitarian crisis. The Indian Navy has said one of its ships is tracking a cargo vessel which was hijacked in the Arabian Sea. The Maltese vessel MV Rouen sent out a distress message which was picked up by the Indian ship on anti-piracy patrol in the region. The Navy said the Mayday message broadcast by the ship indicated that 6 unknown personnel boarded the vessel and it was believed to be headed to the coast of Somalia. The Navy said there are 18 crew on board the cargo vessel amid reports that it had lost control of the ship. Gulf of Aden was the scene of numerous pirate attacks on commercial vessels, but the number of incidents had reduced since 20. The Surat Diamond Bourse in Gujarat, which is bigger in size than the US defense facility Pentagon, is set to open on Sunday. It is also ranked as the world's largest office complex, built at a cost of 32 billion rupees and sits on an area of 6.7 million square feet. Surat is known as the Diamond City, where about 90% of the world's rough diamonds are cut and polished before they are sold to buyers in the US, China, and other countries. The new bourse aims to centralize the industry under one roof. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the complex, which has 9 15-story towers and 4,700 offices. About 130 offices are already in use at the facility. The Indian government has warned iPhone users of the possibility of hacking risk. The advisory issued by the Computer Emergency Response Team comes a day after a similar alert was issued for Samsung Galaxy models. The advisory said a number of Apple products faced the risk of sensitive data theft and other security breaches. It said Apple's phones, iPads, Macs, TVs, and watches had multiple vulnerabilities which hackers could exploit. Regarding Samsung Galaxy models, the advisory urged users to update the hardware with the latest security patch issued by the phone maker. It also warned of the possibility of hackers taking control of all functions of a phone without the user noticing it. Member of Parliament Dhiraj Sahu has said loads of currency found at a distillery owned by him in Odisha does not belong to him. Rupees 350 crores in currency notes were discovered by tax officials during searches at the facilities of Bud Distillery in the past week. Sahu, a member of the Congress party, in his first comments on the hidden cash said, the business was run by his family and the money is not directly his but belongs to the company. He also said, the money has nothing to do with the Congress or any other political party. The Income Tax Department said the cash was the largest ever seized by officials in a single investigation in India. The raids were carried out in Odisha and Jharkhand states. Delhi police probing the security scare in Parliament said they are looking into the involvement of any foreign power in the incident. Police told a court the intruders and the plotters planned to create anarchy in the country. Reports said police will seek permission from Parliament to recreate the entire action at the scene as part of the investigation. Police said the intruders had planned to stage a protest outside Parliament but decided to break in as it would attract wider attention. The main plotter, Lalit Shah, has been placed in the custody of police for 7 days. Police also confirmed he destroyed key evidence by destroying the phonies used in the planning of the breach. The Israeli military has said it mistakenly killed 3 hostages in Gaza after they were wrongly identified as a threat. The hostages were all in their 20s. The military expressed regret and said the shooting happened in North Gaza. More than 100 hostages remain in captivity in Gaza after they were seized by Hamas in early October. The Israeli military said Friday's incident was under investigation and shared its heartfelt condolences with the families of the hostages. Hundreds of Israelis gathered in central Tel Aviv and marched on a military base in the city and asked the government to make a deal for the release of the hostages. One of the world's biggest shipping companies, Maersk, has said it has halted operations through the Red Sea in the wake of attacks on vessels. Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen have launched a spate of attacks on ships in the Red Sea to show solidarity with Hamas. The group said it targeted ships that were traveling to Israel. The Red Sea is one of the world's most important routes for oil and fuel shipments. German cargo company Hapag-Lloyd has said it was also suspending operations on the route. One of the company's ships recently came under attack in the Red Sea. The part of the Red Sea near Djibouti, Eritrea, and Yemen is considered as dangerous to navigate. A business news outlet reports that Google boss Sundar Pichai acknowledged that massive layoffs at the tech company could have been handled in a better manner. The outlet attributed its source to an audio of a recent meeting at Google. Pichai said the 12,000 job cuts in 2022, which is 6% of the workforce, was necessary. He said delaying the layoffs would have affected the company's ability to adapt and invest in critical areas. Pichai also stressed, down the line, the situation would have been far worse without the layoffs. He also seemed to regret cutting laid-off employees' access to work accounts immediately. Those were the top stories at this hour. Do join us, same time Monday, and have a great weekend.